Good morning, everybody. At least it's morning as I record this, about 7 o'clock. Sun is praising, birds are preaching. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I am in vacation mode, but I am also still just really diving in on Sundays. And this is a reading for the 15th Sunday of Ordinary Time. Now, I'm going to read to you guys the first reading from the Old Testament from a prophet named Amos. But just to back that story up a little bit, the gospel today, Jesus tells his disciples kind of the same thing that Amos went through. Okay, so what happens is Jesus is apprenticing his apostles, his disciples. He's got his 12, and then he's got a number of other followers. There's Doggy. He's got his 12, and then he's got a number of other followers, and he's teaching them in his way, his new way, his good way. And he sends them out 2 at a time to go and do what he's been doing. He's been showing them how to heal the sick, how to cast out demons, how to take care of people, how to restore hearts and bodies. And so he's been doing this, and they've been watching him do it. And now he's like, okay, it's your turn. So he sends them out 2 at a time. Okay, 2 by 2, and tells them, he says, don't take anything with you. You're going to rely on God for this. And they go out and they begin to do this, but Jesus kind of gives them a little heads up. He says, look, you might go to places where people are not going to welcome you. In fact, they're going to tell you to leave. And he kind of gives one line where he says, just shake the dust off your sandals and keep going. Okay, it's a little bit like last week's, where Jesus says a prophet is not accepted in his hometown, right? He went back to Nazareth, and they're like, get out of here. You're just a carpenter's son, right? You're that illegitimate son of Mary and Joseph. Get out of here. And so this kind of continues, but now he warns his disciples that they might run into this. But interestingly enough, way back in the Old Testament with the prophet Amos, I'm going to read this to you. Here's what happens. This is a reading from the prophet Amos. Then Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, sent King Jeroboam of Israel, saying, Amos has conspired against you in the very center of the house of Israel, and the land is not able to bear all of his words. For thus Amos has said, Jeroboam, the king, must die by the sword, and Israel must go into exile, away from this land. And Amaziah said to Amos, O seer, go, flee. Flee away to the land of Judah. Earn your bread there and prophesy there, but never again prophesy at Bethel, for this is the king's sanctuary, and it's a temple of the kingdom. Then Amos answered Amaziah, I'm no prophet. I'm not a prophet's son, but I'm a herdsman. I'm a dresser of sycamore trees, and the Lord took me from following the flock of sheep, and the Lord said to me, go, prophesy to my people Israel. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So I just thought this was cool, because here's this guy, this is you, this is me. We just go about our lives like you might be maybe you're a hairdresser, maybe you're a mechanic, maybe you are behind the counter at the bank, maybe you're just a cashier, it's just a part-time job. And God calls you out and says, I've got a message I need you to get to somebody. And he tells you, I need you to go to your prime minister, your mayor, the president of your country, the king, and I need you to tell them you're going to die. In fact, you have to. You have to die, and your entire country has to go into exile. All the people that you rule, they're going to be scattered. They're going to be led out into the desert. And you're going to, thank you, Rooster. You're going to be this messenger. How do you think that's going to go? You're being plucked up out of your nice little life, and God is asking you to do something pretty significant. That's exactly what Amos has faced. He said, I'm not a prophet. The prophets were just the ones who spoke the words that God was telling him to speak to the people of God. That was a prophet. That's it. They were just messengers. They're like, and so many of them, they're just like, I'm pretty sure this is what God needs to say to everybody. And they are the ones who took up the call and went and did it. And so never think that your seemingly insignificant little life isn't something that God wants to take and use for something really big. And have courage when he calls you to do something, because he's got a reason. You might be like, I'm just a cashier, I'm just a hairdresser, I'm just a mechanic. But God's like, yeah, but I've got a message for you, and you're going to take it to the top. And I need it to be you. And then have courage. Follow him. He's going to give you what you need. He's going to provide everything you need, just like Jesus said. Don't take anything with you. Don't pack a bunch of food. Don't pack your video games. Don't pack any books to read along the way. Just trust. Go with God. He's got you. God bless you guys.